Hey everyone, I am over in North Dakota here today, and I am out here with Sawyer from Väderstad, and they're running one of their planters in the field here planting soybeans. He's going to show us a little bit about the planter here, and then we're going to pop the drone up and watch him plant.
Hey, I'm Sawyer, product manager for Vaderstad in North America. Planters, we're in front of a Tempo L planter. It's an isobus high-speed planter, a little bit different than the competition. So we're positive air pressure, so we push the seed to the plate, and then we use that air pressure to deliver it down the tube. So we don't have a lot of cost and complexity into our seed tube. It's simple and it is deadly accurate. So we all expect that picket fence stand, and that's what we get with this one. Like I said, it's isobus, so we're pulling it today with a Fendt 1042, but a Deere case, ag leader electronics, we work with all those task controllers. So just a look in the meter. So this morning I changed this over from corn. I carry my spare knockout wheel here, so when I walk up I have seed discs, so I can just pop the seed disc off. It's full of beans now, and then I swap knockout wheels, and that's all we do to switch from one crop to the other. So it takes me an hour to change this planter over, which is pretty fast because I wasn't working that hard, to be honest. So
yeah. And how many rows do we got here?
This one's a 24 row 22, so okay. 44 feet, and that's how big we go in this frame style. Available in 15-inch, 20s, 22s, and 30-inch.
All right. Well, thank you for that. So one thing, a lot of my videos are, 30-inch corn, 15-inch soybeans, which we see a lot through the Corn Belt. Up here in North Dakota, there's a lot of sugar beets or beets grown, so the 22-inch row spacing is pretty common up in this part of the world.
Yeah, it's mostly 22s here. You get west just a little bit, and then you switch over to 30s and 15s. And we do have a 32 row 15 a few miles away that we've been planting with, but yeah, a lot of beets here, so mostly 22s.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna dig for seed. We're no-tilling into some corn stalks here. Hold on one second.
So we got some corn here that shelled from the combine last year that you're looking at.
So here,
okay, yeah.
There's the spacing. We have a single cell plate, so we're singulating our soybeans. Here we're running 145 population.
Okay.
But you can see it's bang on. And the advantage of this row unit as well, agronomically, we have a rolling press wheel instead of a seed firmer.
Mm-hmm.
So the nice part is every seed is lightly tamped in the bottom of the trench in moisture. So you dig, there's nothing here in the top a little bit. It's always in the bottom of the seed trench.
Okay, yep.
But we talked about the simplicity earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So your seed tube is just a tube. There's nothing to it, so you can pop it out. You don't have a belt,
okay,
or a brush, because we use that air to control it all the way to the ground,
mm-hmm.
and then meet it at the ground with that press wheel.
All right, pretty simple.
Here's our plenum clean out. So
okay.
If you like crawling around and underneath your planter to clean out, maybe not the planter for you, because this is pretty easy. We have a latch on each side.
Okay.
So you just pop that down,
mm-hmm.
and this folds out under the weight. You can put a conveyor under it. You can put a tote if you're really good with your seed volumes. But
mm-hmm.
And another advantage is it's low to the ground. So we filled it with a forklift, a telehandler, seed tenders from the side or from the back, and then when you sit in the cab, you can see right down behind the planter. So
okay.
You can see the job you're doing.
Yep.
We have an integrated liquid system.
Mm-hmm.
So you turn that on. It's the same deal with your task controller. We're variable rate capable. We're individual row shutoffs. And when you're putting seed down, you're putting fert down, so you don't have to run another display.
Yeah, and I know someone's going to ask if this planter has its own GPS on it, but this is not. Explain to us what this is, or how this works.
So because we're isobus,
yep.
When you switch tractors, it's hydraulic connectors and your isobus plug. We use an iPad for control, but you can see that same display in the universal terminal of your tractor. So this is just wireless to the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
We do have some guys that want to put passive implement guidance, and we have a spot in the back where you can throw a GPS.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. All right. Well, thank you. Let's jump up in cab. We'll watch you go around. I'll pop the drone up and we'll make a video here.
Awesome.
Thank you. Just a little over 8 miles an hour. You can plant faster, but this field's no-till, so it is a little bit rough. Okay, so here is our tractor monitor. This is the tractor, but the isobus terminal's running out of here, right? So you're controlling it somewhat here. Your guidance is here, and then your iPad over here is watching the planter. Everything that's going on, correct?
Correct, yep. So turn on, turn off times or overlap control is all on the tractor side. Pick your favorite flavor of display. It works with all of them.
Okay.
And then, yeah, this is technically auxiliary. I could pull up the same thing over here if you want to monitor, but the nice part is if you want to see how just row 2 is doing, I can take this out and we can go check out row 2.
Oh, okay. And that is going to do it for this video. If you would, please go down there, hit that like button. Feel free to leave a comment. And if you're new to my channel, I would appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button and check back often for new content. I am always filming, editing, and uploading new videos. You can also follow me along on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Farmhand Mike. As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.